Hey guys, it's Mike from MasterYourMix.com, and in this video I just want to show you a quick little tip for how you can get your bass and your kick parts to work with each other so that you can get a tighter bottom end, you get more impact of your drums, you can get a little bit more excitement in your tracks, and you can also get a little bit more separation and clarity between the kick and the bass parts as well. And the way we're going to do that is by using some sidechain compression. First, let's listen to this track with no sidechain compression. So it's a pretty straightforward part, right? We just got a kick that's doing a 4 on the floor beat and a bass guitar that's kind of going bump ba da bump ba da bump. It's pretty simple, right? Just keeps that same pattern through the whole thing. So what I found when I was mixing this track is that we started to lose a little bit of that danciness and the impact of the kick in this particular chorus. Overall, the whole song is a bit of an electronic feel, so I wanted to retain some of that danciness, especially in the chorus, so that it had more movement. So what we can do is I've set up a compressor on this bass guitar channel here, this Waves R compressor, and actually I'm going to switch it over to the mix window. And what I've done is on the kick sample that I've got, let's just listen to that. Just a straight up sample without any movement on there at all. So what I'm doing to help create a little bit more space between the bass and the kick drum, yeah, you can use EQ, and I highly recommend that you do that, but I wanted to create a little bit more excitement between the bass and the kick. So what I've done is I've created this bus send here, and I've just put it on bus 13. And I've set it out to unity gain, and I'm set to pre-fader. And the reason why I've got it on pre-fader is so that if I adjust the level of this kick sample here, it doesn't affect how the compressor on the bass track is going to work, which I'll show you in a second here. So now that I'm setting it to on bus 13 at unity gain, pre-fader, what I've done is on this R compressor on the bass guitar, let me engage this, I've set the key input to be bus 13. Now what this means is that it's going to be reacting to the signal coming from this kick channel. So if I were to solo just this kick, and let's watch the compressor here, you notice that every time the kick hits, this compressor is engaging and it's clamping down quite hard. It's about 12 dB of gain reduction here. So now let's solo the bass track so we can hear that too. So notice how when the compressor is in and it's getting triggered by the sidechain, that it's creating a bit of a pocket in the bass part to make room for the kick drum to sound a little bit more present. This pocket is being helped by the fact that I'm using a quick attack time so that the compressor kicks in as soon as the kick drum is hit, and I'm using a release time that's a little bit slower so it's a little bit more rhythmic with the song. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to solo the bass, and we should be able to hear the effect of the sidechain compressor a little more clearly. So you can hear it's kind of opening up a little bit as the kick hits. You get a little bit of a swell happening. And then I'll play it with the compressor bypassed. And then with the compressor in. So yeah, it just really creates a little bit of a gap in the bass, just so that the kick is nice and clear, and it also creates a little bit more movement and excitement in the bass guitar. So let's listen to it in the context of the mix with the compressor in. Now with the compressor out. And in. Now Now, this isn't something that I'd recommend you try in every single mix, but if you have tried doing some EQing and you're still looking to get a little bit more separation between your kick and your bass, and you're looking to create a little bit more excitement, a little more energy, give this a shot. It might just be exactly what you're looking for. So that's it for now. If this is your first time hearing about Master Your Mix, check out the website, MasterYourMix.com, and while you're there, just click on the link at the top of the page and sign up for the mailing list, and that's where I send out a bunch of free content to help people with improving their mixes. Just for signing up, I'll also send you a free copy of the Ultimate Mixing Blueprint, which outlines some tips and settings to use for EQ and compression across a bunch of different instruments within your mix. So that's it. We'll talk soon. Thanks.